Hi everyone, this is NewToCryptocurrency and I am back with another video. So after my last video where I talked about the martingale strategy and applied it to a cryptocurrency website and talked a little bit about the use case of using gambling strategies in cryptocurrency, I decided after doing more research on strategies that I should do a very short, very brief, very informal series about gambling strategies that could be used in regards to cryptocurrency. So I'm going to do that today, and I've actually already made a third video. The first 3 times I've made this video, they've been too long, so I'm going to try and talk fast. Okay, so watch the first video and watch the third video. I'll try and put links to them in the description box below, okay? So this strategy is called the Paroli strategy, and I actually favor this one over the martingale strategy. So real quick, I'll go into the pros and cons, and then I'll talk about how you do it. So the advantages over the martingale strategy is that the Paroli strategy's strength is in winning. It maximizes the amount that you win when you win. So net profit for the Paroli strategy is far higher than the martingale. If you win 5 cycles with the martingale, you win 5 Satoshi. If you win 5 cycles with the Paroli strategy, you win, let's see, how much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You win 31 Satoshi. So then let's do 10 cycles. If you win 10 cycles with the martingale, you win 10 Satoshi. If you win 10 cycles with the Paroli strategy in a row, you win 512 Satoshi. See, it gets exponentially larger. Okay? Now, let's see what happens when you lose. So if you lose 1 Satoshi, or if you lose 10 times in a row with the Paroli strategy, you lose 10 Satoshi when you're using 1 Satoshi base bet. When you lose 10 times in a row with the martingale strategy and you're using a base bet of 1, you lose 512 Satoshi. Does that make sense? So you lose a lot more with the martingale and you win a lot less with the martingale. If you succeed, you win a lot less. If you fail, you lose a lot more. With the Paroli, if you win a lot more, and if you lose a lot less. Okay? So it makes all of your losses extremely small. As long as you're using a 1 Satoshi bet, all of your losses in every cycle is going to be 1. Okay? Doesn't matter whether it's what I call lose cycle level 1, level 2, level 3, or level 4. Because of the way the math works, they will always be net loss of 1 unit. So I'm using 1 unit as a Satoshi is 1 unit. So it allows you to lose a lot more often, and you have much longer to get out if things are not going well, okay? So it also makes small amounts of cryptocurrency very valuable. So getting 16 Satoshi from the free Bitcoin faucet is 16 chances in a row to lose that you've bought yourself. Whereas for the martingale strategy, 16 Satoshi doesn't mean anything if you already have, more than a couple hundred, It doesn't mean anything. And so it makes small amounts of cryptocurrency really valuable. There's only one disadvantage compared to the martingale strategy, and that's that 1 win cycle does not guarantee recouping your losses and gaining, 1 unit of profit. For the martingale, if you're using the strategy properly, if you are on a losing streak and you're using the martingale strategy, when you finally win, because of how the math works, you recoup everything that you lost plus 1 unit, and it only takes 1 win. Okay, so if you've lost 10 times in a row, and then you're using the martingale strategy, on that 11th time, if you win, you've recouped everything you lost from that 10 times in a row plus 1. Okay, so you only have to win once in order to recoup your losses and get 1 unit of profit, which is really small. But with the Paroli strategy, if you win 1 cycle, that doesn't guarantee that you've recouped all of your losses. Now, since I'm using 4 rolls as a win cycle, and I'm doing 1 Satoshi per roll, that means every win cycle I'm getting 15 Satoshi. So if I've lost 15 cycles in a row before I get that win cycle, then I'm breaking even. I've lost 15 Satoshi to get there. Once I get there, I get 15, levels out to 0. So if I do that, 1 loss means that 1 win means that I recouped my loss in that case. But if I've lost 25 cycles before I finally get a win cycle, then I've lost 25 Satoshi, but I've only gained 15 Satoshi, which means I'm still down 10 Satoshi. So if I'm having more than 15 lose cycles before I get a win cycle, when I'm doing 4 rolls as 1 cycle, or 1 win cycle, then that means it's not recouping, okay? So that's the main thing. You can win a whole lot more, but if you need to recoup losses, it's not nearly as effective as the martingale strategy. but it's also not nearly as risky, which is why I like it a lot more. So I am using the CryptoTab browser. This browser pays you in Bitcoin for letting you mine in the background, okay? I've got 3 people under me so far. Hopefully somebody else signs up as well, because this thing is awesome. So it's giving me a little bit of passive Bitcoin for free, essentially. Just install it. So download it, install it, open it up, press this one here, the bookmark, and then make sure mining is on, and then it's making you money regardless of what you're doing. This thing is awesome. I'm going to put a link for it in the description box below. Okay, let's get into actually using the strategy. So the Paroli strategy is a positive progression strategy. You alter your bet every time you win. Specifically with this one, you double it. Now, you go for a certain amount of times doubling it, and then you stop. I'm going to double it. I'm going to do the initial bet plus 3 doubles. So that's going to be 4 wins in a row in order to call it a win cycle. Okay? A lot of times you do 3 wins in a row to call it a win cycle for this one. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I won this bet. That means I double it. So double it to 2. I'm assuming it's going to be 4 wins in a row. That time, I didn't get it, okay? So that was a lose cycle. So even though I won that first bet, when I bet 2 the second time and I lost that, I lost a 2. So I won 1, but I lost 2. So that's a net loss of 1. That's what I call a level 2 lose cycle, where you win the first one, lose the second one. Level 1 lose cycle is you lose the first one. Level 3 lose cycle is you win the first one, win the second one, lose the third one, which also means that you have a net loss of 1, because you win 1, you win 2, so that's plus 3, but then you lose on 4, and so you've lost 1, because 4 minus 3 is 1, so you've lost 1. And then level 4 lose cycle is win the first, win the second, win the third, lose the fourth. So that's still a net loss of 1, because you win 1, plus 2 is 3, plus 4 is 7, and then you lost that bet of 8, which means you have minus 1. So all 4 of those lose cycles always result in a minus 1 unit. I'm using 1 Satoshi as a unit, so minus 1 bet, okay? Now, a win cycle, 4 wins in a row, win, 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 is the only instance of those 5 different things that causes me to win, and that means I get 15 Satoshi in it. So, okay, so the thing you do is double every time you win, because you're assuming this win streak, this is going to be a 4 in a row win streak. You don't know that, you're just assuming it, which is why you're betting. So 2 in a row. Let's see, bet it again, 4. So I've won 3 so far, how many can I win? Okay, so I've won this one so far, 3 wins in a row. Again, it's not a win cycle yet, have to win the 4th one. I won 4 times in a row. Okay, so that means I've just won 15 Satoshi. So I lost like 3 cycles, so I lost 3, but then I just won 15. And so now I have a net gain of 12. Then I bring it all the way back down to 1 to protect that amount that I just won. Because if I lose 1, then that means I still have 11 in profit, okay? So let's keep going. Okay, so I lost. Again, if I had doubled that again to 16 and I had lost this one, I would have lost the 15 that I just won getting to that point, which is why you go down to 1. Okay, so that's the basic Paroli strategy. So that was a level 1 loss cycle. Very first one, I lose. You keep the bet at the minimum when you lose, or if you bring it down to the minimum when you lose. Okay, lost. Okay, level 1 lose cycle. Won this one, so 1 roll win. Let's see, lost. Okay, so that was a level 2 loss cycle. Win the first one, lose the second one. Let's keep going. Won the first one, lost the second one. That was another level 2. Okay, win the first one, lose the second one. Okay, new cycle. Won the first one, lost the second one. Okay, so that was another level 2 lose cycle. Win the first, lose the second. You see a lot of those. Okay, that was a level 1. It was a new cycle. I lost outright. Okay, again, all of these are getting me minus 1. Let's see, another loss cycle. Level 1, lost outright. New cycle. Let's go. Okay, lost again. Another level 1, lost outright. Do it again. Lost outright. Level 1. Okay, that's like 3 losses in a row. Okay, this one, first roll. So this is a new cycle. First roll, I win 1. Let's see. Lost 2. So that's another level 2. See, you're getting a lot of level 1 loses and a lot of level 2 loses. The problem with the martingale, again, its biggest weakness over the problem with the Paroli strategy, its biggest weakness is that once I do get those 4 wins in a row, it doesn't guarantee that I'm going to be in profit. Because, like, say I keep playing and I get, lose cycles 20 times in a row, then I get those 4 wins in a row, which means I get 15. That 15 is not going to be enough to cover the amount that I lost getting to that point. Okay, so that's the main disadvantage. The only general risk is that this is gambling. There is a house edge. If you continue to gamble on and on and on, thousands of bets, the house edge will catch up with you. This is not profitable in the long term, okay? This is for short-term profits to bend the variance in your favor to make you lose as little as possible and the real purpose is mining tokens. So if I break even, that means I haven't lost anything, and depending on the site, I've won some tokens that I can then freeze for dividends. Okay. So again, this is not financial advice. This strategy is extremely risky. Don't use it. Use it at your own risk. Okay. Do your own research as well. Thanks so much. Have a nice day.